Hello learners, welcome back to the course on hybrid electric vehicle. In continue with this, today we are going to start the third unit. Third unit is electric drives. So in this unit we are going to discuss about what are the electric as well as electronic components available in the both electric as well as hybrid kind of vehicles, right? So in addition to that, in this unit we are going to detailedly discuss about working principle of electric motor generator and what are the types of generator as well as motors used in the electric as well as hybrid kind of vehicle. So in this lecture we're going to be discussed the basic introduction about the electronic units and DC motor and the working principle of DC motor as well as AC motor, and we're going to detail discuss about the what are the types of motors available, and then we have to discuss we're going to discuss about DC generator and then AC generators, important topic. Regenerative braking is very important for both electric as well as a hybrid kind of vehicle. And then next very important thing is voltage regulators. So the voltage regulators is very important for electric as well as hybrid vehicle. It helps to regulate the current flow for to electric as well as electronic components, right? So I just straight away move to the introduction on electrical drives. The electrical vehicles are having a more number of electric as well as electronic components, and it helps to operate the vehicle with a higher efficiency. So when you consider the efficiency for both electric as well as hybrid vehicles purely depends upon what are the electrical components used in it. So it may be calculated based on the what type of motor and generator used in the electrical vehicles as well as hybrid vehicle. So the electrical drives are selected based on the application, and so there are a number of there are different type capacity of battery as well as generator available, right? So the the basic requirements of electric as well as hybrid vehicles purely depends upon the application. So what application the vehicle is designed, right? So based on the consideration, the manufacturer choose the required capacity of generator as well as electrical vehicle. So generator as well as electrical motor. So these are some important electrical drives or electrical components used in the both electrical vehicle as well as hybrid electrical vehicle. One is motor, to motors which is used to propel the vehicle, and generator it is used to generate the power to recharge the battery and used for other electric as well as electronic accessories available in the electrical vehicles. And converters, n number of converters used in the electrical, both electrical as well as hybrid vehicles, to convert AC to DC as well as DC to AC, right? And then rectifiers, the rectifiers it helps to keep on regulate the current flow inside the circuit. It also helps to make a production over the fluctuations, right? So in some other cases the battery supplies uneven power, so it may affect the vehicle components. So to make a production from the fluctuation of current flow in the circuit, rectifiers used to overcome this. And transformers, transformers is a device, it used to regulate the voltage, if you want, so it supplies a required amount of voltage to the every electrical and electrical as well as electronic components. And I just started with electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle started with the electric motor. Electric motor is a electromechanical device. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, right? Mechanical output. So the efficiency of the electrical vehicle as well as hybrid vehicles purely depend upon what are the type of electric motor is used in it. So so there are a number of different type of electric motors available. So So the vehicle designer choose the electric motor based on the application of the vehicle is going to be designed, right? So the electric motor produces mechanical output by consuming the electrical energy, right? So the electric motor having some important components: stator, rotor, field winding, armature winding, pole shoes, stator slot, bearing, and shafts. So in this lecture, we just going to detail discuss about the working principle of motors and what are the components in it and its advantage as well as drawbacks. So the electric motor is a electromechanical device. It keep on it just consume the electrical power which is supplied by the battery, and then it is created the mechanical power output. It helps to propel the vehicle. And there are two type of motors used in the both electric as well as hybrid vehicle. So the selection of motors is purely depends upon the manufacturers, right? So the manufacturers so they chosen based on the requirement. So the DC motors which is consume the DC power, direct power, and the AC motor which is consume the alternate current, right? So this is the working principle of electric motor. The electric motor works with the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction is nothing but he stated that, so when you place a current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, it induces some mechanical force. This mechanical force helps to rotate the current carrying conductor in its own axis. It is a basic working principle of both AC as well as DC motor. So in this image you can see you just place the one current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, and there is one permanent magnet. It having two poles, north as well as south. So if you are having a permanent magnet between the two poles, they have a number of magnetic lines, right? So these magnetic lines, so if you place the current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, so it try to it try to disturb, if the current carrying conductor disturb the magnetic lines, it try to rotate the current carrying conductor in its own axis, so that the magnet so that the motor is try to rotate in its own axis. So and then it have some important components. From this image you can identify that it having armature is nothing but a current carrying conductor, and you have a magnet. So these magnet having two poles, south as well as north poles, and then the end of the one end of the conductor having a commutator segment. The commutator segment is a very important component, we will discuss later. And then brushes, and then power supply. So these are some basic components which is available in the DC as well as AC motors. So when you place the current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, it induces some mechanical force. This induced mechanical force follows the law of Fleming left hand rule. So the Fleming left hand rule states that when you have when you place the three finger, the three finger of left hand, so the middle finger shows the direction of direction of current in the current carrying conductor, and the forefinger shows the direction of magnetic lines, and the thumb finger shows the direction of induced mechanical force. So that the electric motor is works on the works with the principle of both Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. At the same time, this induced mechanical force follow the law of Fleming left hand rule. So these are the basic principle of working of electric motor. And here you have a cross section of DC motor. So the DC motor having some important parts such as stator, rotor, and field winding, armature winding, commutator, brushes, and bearings and shafts. The outer area you have call it as the outer area of the motor is called as stator. So in this image you can see the permanent magnet stator. So the stator which is made with magnet, it is a permanent magnet. So inside the stator we have a rotor, right? So the rotor, the central portion is called as rotor. So the rotor having a number of windings, it is called as armature winding. And then the one end of the armature winding which is connected with the commutator. So commutator is a device, it helps to regulate the current flow in the armature winding. And then over the commutator there will be a two brushes. These brushes are made with carbon. So the use of brushes is to supply the power or to supply the electric current to the armature, right? So when you supply the current to the armature, the current will be flow through the carbon brush and commutator, and then it is reaches the rotor windings. So these are some important components. So next we just going to be discuss one by one. The first important component is yoke. So yoke is nothing but it's the outer component of electric motor. It helps to make a protection of inner component from the dust as well as moisture. It usually made with the materials of cast iron, silicon steel, and rolled steel as well as cast steel extras, right? So the ultimate aim of yoke is to make a protection over the inner components from dust as well as moisture content. And second one is poles as well as pole cores. There are two type of stator used in the electric motor. One is the stator which is made with it is act as a permanent magnet as well as electromagnet, right? So I will explain what is permanent magnet and what is electromagnet in the next slide. So if you are using permanent magnet, electromagnet kind of stator, we have using poles, right? So poles are electromagnet and the field winding is wound over it. Over the pole shoes we have a separate winding. This kind of winding is called as field winding, right? So the use of winding is to energize the pole shoes and act as a electromagnet. And pole shoes, the pole shoes is the extended part of the poles. The edge of the poles having the edge of the pole core having a pole shoes. It helps to create a high intensity of magnetic flux around the armature winding, right? So if you need higher amount of torque, or if you need the motor should create high amount of torque, you have to create high intensity of magnetic flux around the armature winding, so that to enhance or to increase the intensity of armature intensity of magnetic flux, we have to provide the pole shoes, right? So the pole shoes is the extended part of pole. Due to its typical shape, it enlarge the area of the pole, so that more flux can pass through the air gap to armature. So right. So the application of to create a large large area of end part of the pole should have a large area. The use of this kind of projection is to increase the intensity of magnetic flux. So this the pole shoes is usually made with cast steel or cast iron. Usually it is high electric conductivity materials. Next part is field winding. As I discussed earlier, field winding which is wounded over the pole shoes. The field winding which is used in the electromagnetic stator, right? So the field winding is usually made with copper wire. It has a high electrical conductivity. The field winding it's wounded over the pole shoes. It helps to energize the poles to act as a act as a electromagnet. So it having two poles, north as well as south poles, and then created high intensity of magnetic flux around it. So and then armature core. From this image you can see armature core is nothing but a center area of electric motor. It is having armature slots. Between the armature slot, from this image you can see the armature slot is usually made with aluminum inner side of the aluminum core, you have a n number of armature winding, right? So the armature winding which is wound over the rotor of electric motor. So the use of armature winding is to to create a magnetic flux around it. So you know as per the as per the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, if you are place the current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, it try to rotate. So to make a current flow in the circuit, we have a provide the armature winding in the rotor. The armature winding which is made with the made by the copper, and then the aluminum slot, on the on the armature slots made with the cast steel or cast iron material. And then armature winding, as I said, over the rotor we have a n number of armature winding. Each armature winding is connected with commutator. Commutator having n number of slots. Each slots have a separate armature winding. So the armature winding is there is no physical contact between the armature winding. If there will be any physical contact, it is going to be neutral or it is going to be short circuited. To avoid the short circuited, each armature winding, to ensure there is no physical contact to each other. And commutator, so commutator is very important part in the electric motor. It ensures the current flow in the one direction. If the current is flow through the one direction, the poles are remains in constant. So it helps to keep on rotating the rotor inside the electric motor. So the commutator is a cylindrical drum mounted on the shaft along with the armature core. So it is made a large number of wedge-shaped segment of a hard-drawn copper, and the segments are insulated from each other by the thin layer of mica. There is no physical contact between the each commutator slots. Again, if you are making the physical contact, it is going to be short circuited. It definitely affect the operation of working of electric motor. So if in this image you can see each commutator slats have a separate armature winding. So each winding, the current will be flow to the each winding through the each individual commutator slots. So these are some functions. It converts the AC EMF generated internally into DC. It helps to produce unidirectional torque. And then the commutator usually made by copper, and then each slot, between the slot we have a insulation material such as mica. And then next one is brushes. Brushes is one of the important component. So in this image you can see the brushes which is keep on moving over the commutator. Here you have two commutator slots. The brushes, it helps to transfer the or supply the power from the external source to the armature winding. So where the power will be flow through an external power source like battery, and then brushes and commutator, and reaches the armature winding. So if you supply the current to the armature winding, it follows the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So when you place the current carrying conductor between the magnetic flux, it try to rotate in its own axis. So this rotation is directly proportional to the Fleming left hand rule. The brushes which is made by the carbon, it is keep on rotating over the commutator. So in the next video we will discuss the different type of DC motor. So I hope you are enjoy the concept of DC motor and what are the components in it. So thank you, thanks for watching this video. We will discuss we will discuss about the type of DC motor in the next classes. Thank you.